How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I have the 1 month review of the Mizuno Morelia Neo 4 Beta made in Japan. This isn't a video I wanted to make. But before I get into why I didn't want to make this video, please go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And so the reason why I didn't want to make this video is because these have probably been the best boots I have ever worn. And whenever I make my 1 month reviews, that means I'm essentially no longer going to be wearing these because I'm going to be testing other boots. So it's sad to make this video because I don't want to stop wearing these because they're so good. Now let me tell you why they're so good. So going into the initial review and play test of these, I already had very high hopes because everybody on the internet or anybody who's tried on Mizuno Morelias, whether they're made in Japan or even the betas, have said that these are like the holy grail or the top tier version of soccer cleats football boots that you can get. Needless to say, it lived up to the hype. I'm gonna start off with the sole plate. This sole plate honestly has been very AG friendly for me. Like you guys know, I play on AG like probably 90% of the time. I'm obviously on an FG pitch right now. I have worn them on an FG pitch. They're not insanely aggressive. As you can see, they have the conical studs except for that middle stud here, but that's a oval. I mean, it's still somewhat circular. So I actually have had absolutely no issues with these at all. In the first video, I explained that this rib cage area kind of felt weird on my right foot specifically. I don't know why that was. That's completely gone. It does give a very nice snapback. If I would have to nitpick, I would say wearing these on AG is fine, although stud length is a little bit long for AG, but the stud shape is just perfect for AG. I haven't tried the AG version of this specific model. I don't think I will, just because this has been perfect for me. But yeah, sole plate has been completely stunning for me. Now let's talk upper. So to begin with, this midfoot area. In the initial playtest video, I stated that it was pretty tight around my foot and I do have wide feet. That honestly hasn't changed too much, but it has broken into enough for the tightness to not feel like pretty uncomfortable like they did in the first playtest video. Sliding these on is still kind of difficult unless you're wearing pretty thin socks, because if you have thick socks on and you're trying to slide these on, let me tell you, you're gonna take a good like 20-30 seconds just trying to get your foot in this thing. But once your foot's in it, it fits perfectly good. The initial slide in is pretty difficult, although like I said, they did break in somewhat to my foot, so it's not as tight as it initially was. There's still some tightness, but I kind of like it because it gives me a better sense of lockdown. And I don't know if I mentioned it in the playtest video, but the Mizuno logo itself is ridged or like structured, and I mean, it doesn't play a really big difference in your touch, but I did feel a small difference. I think it's very nice. I really like it. The texture of this whole forefoot middle area is scaled and provides a decent touch on the ball. Now, obviously, as you can see, I opted in for the beta version that has this sock collar or like sock tongue, whatever you want to call it. I personally love boots like this, and just because it has like a better sense of lockdown for me. Like as soon as I slide the boot in, it already feels really nice. Although I'm not against also wearing or getting the non-beta version that have the tongue. That might actually be a whole different feel, but this has been very good for me. Now the one and only Kangaroo leather part of the boot. In the initial playtest video, it was already super soft. Like as soon as I touched the ball, it felt very nice. Or like as soon as I slid my foot in, I can feel my toes like able to move, and not necessarily as tight as it is here in this area. Gosh, she's broken so nicely. Like this Kangaroo leather just molded perfectly into my feet. It's just so comfortable. The touch on the ball feels very nice. It's still very nice as far as durability, even 1 month in. I haven't had any sole plate upper separation like I usually do with some other leather boots, like the calf leather boots or the synthetic leather boots, but specifically the Tiempo 9s and then the Copa 2s, I did have sole plate upper separation. The 9s have Kangaroo leather and the Copa 2s have calf leather. So two different kinds of leather and they still have that separation. But these, I mean, like I said, I played on AG most of the time with them. No separation at all. Like you can just tell because of that these are premium quality level boots and material. So like this is my first pair of Mizuno boots ever, and I wasn't expecting the type of quality leather that it has at the top. I've only ever heard stories about them and how good they are, but finally being able to have them on my feet and being able to properly get a good test with them, like a whole full 1 month in, they're top tier. Like this, I highly recommend these. It's so soft, and I just, like I said, I don't want to make this video because that means I'm not going to be wearing these either at all or often anymore. The heel area I found to be very comfortable for me. It is a bit on the narrow side, I think. I didn't have any heel slippage or anything. The majority of the time I did wear grip socks though, but even without grip socks in the initial playtest video, I didn't feel any slippage, and I haven't felt any slippage at all. So heel area is actually very solid. One of my favorites. Just like the whole boot is like one of my favorites. If you have a wider heel area, this might be pinching you just a little bit too much. But for me, I found it to be pretty perfect. Now I've been glazing these boots this whole video. Let me tell you, probably the only thing that's been pretty annoying about these boots, and that is the laces. They just feel cheap. Which is unfortunate because the rest of the boot feels super high quality, and then you've got these laces that look like they're already falling apart. It's just weird because the material of them just doesn't feel as high quality as the rest of the boot. I mean, I've had these for a little over a month and the laces are honestly almost falling apart, and it's kind of unfortunate. So I would like to see like better quality laces on these. Obviously you could always buy other laces and just take these out and put those in, but it's always nice to just keep the original laces on the boots. And whenever the laces come like this, like they're like all fuzzed out. I don't know if you can see that or if that makes any sense to you. It just, they look a lot more worn than the rest of the boot does. And like I said, it's just the quality of the laces just really isn't there, but the rest of the boot kind of makes up for it. I'm just hoping these laces don't fully tear on me. But yeah, that's probably the one thing I dislike about these. So overall rating on these, I mean, the whole video I've been glazing them. I've been talking them up that they're the best boot I've ever worn, and they truly are. I understand the hype. Before I tried these on, I was like, oh, Mizuno's like, they can't be that good. Like, I understand people hyping up a boot, and sometimes or most of the time they don't actually live up to the hype, but gosh, these are so good. I've had so much fun playing in these, and I didn't want to make this video. I want to keep on playing in these. But final rating on these is gonna have to be a 9.8. Yeah, that is the highest I think I've ever given a boot. They would be a 10 out of 10 if these laces weren't as low quality as they feel. But other than that, guys, I highly recommend these. Although if you have a very, very wide foot, keep in mind this area right here is going to be very tight whenever you slide them in or just playing in them. Breaking them in does help, but they still stay relatively narrow. So if you have a wide foot, I would probably opt in for the one with the actual tongue. I believe that's a non-beta version. That way you can adjust. And once again, I am a size 10.5 US. I opted in for a size 10 US in these. They fit perfect. If you are looking to get some of these, they do run half a size long from my experience. So if I would have gotten a size 10.5 in these, there would have been way too much room in my toe box. But at the same time, it just depends on how you like your boots to feel on your feet. Me personally, I went down half a size, and that's what I would recommend. But with that being said, let me know down in the comments if you guys have ever tried some Mizunos. And if you have, let me know what your experience is with them, because the Morelias, for me, top tier. Now, I gotta see what the alphas are all about. But with that being said, don't forget to go down, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.